Output devices. Output devices are those devices that are used for the purpose of getting information out of the computer. So after the computer processes data, it produces information. So the information is obtained through these output devices. Now examples of the output devices are shown there on your screen. Your monitors, either CRT or TFT, your printers in various forms, speakers, multimedia projectors, and graph plotters. You can also pause the video at this point and discuss with your partner um, any other output devices you are aware of which are not listed on the screen. Now we move on to factors affecting the speed of a computer. There are quite a number of factors that affect the speed of a computer, but there are three major factors that we must be concerned with. Number one, the CPU speed. Number two, the size of the memory. And number three, the hard disk size. So I want to look at how these factors affect the speed of the computer. Now the speed of a computer is measured in hertz. Hertz, which are number of cycles per second, written scientifically as H sub z. So H sub z is the scientific notation for hertz. Now, when there are 1,000 hertz, they form a megahertz. When there are a million hertz, they form a megahertz. When there are a billion hertz, they form gigahertz. So the hertz, megahertz, gigahertz, they form the units of measure in terms of speed of a processor speed. Now, if the processor has got a bigger CPU in terms of the units of measure, it is assumed to be a faster processor. Therefore, what you are saying is that a 3 gigahertz processor is expected to be faster than a processor with 2 gigahertz, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the bigger the speed of the processor, the faster the machine, and we expect such to happen if holding other factors is constant. Now, if we move on to the random access memory, how does the RAM size affect the speed of a computer? Now we are saying the RAM is like the pool where the computer stores data and instructions. So if it has more space to store, it means it has more data instructions to store. Hence, it can fetch the data and instructions faster. Hence, the computer becomes faster. But if the space is smaller, then it will fetch less data and instructions, and the computer becomes slower. The same happens to hard disk capacity. Now, if the hard disk is bigger, the computer has more space for what is called virtual memory. Usually, a computer, when it has got the big hard drive, when the memory is pressured, which is the random access memory, it takes part of the hard drive and uses it as if it is part of the RAM, therefore making what is called virtual memory. So a big hard drive has more space for virtual memory, while a small hard drive has less space for virtual memory. So the bigger the hard drive, the faster the machine with regards to more space for its virtual memory. There are other factors like hard disk space, multiple applications running, type of graphic cards, defragmentation of files, and a whole lot of other file or other factors you can think of. But the CPU speed, RAM size, and hard disk capacity are the key factors that determine the speed of a computer. Now let's move on to printers. Now the printer is a popular output device. Now, a printer is used to obtain information from a computer in the form of text and images. So, we're going to look at the different types of printers and how they work. Now, printers are divided into two types. They are what are called impact printers and non-impact printers. Non-impact printers are those printers that produce a print without coming into contact with the paper. But the impact printers, they come into contact with the paper and to generate the print. Now, impact printers, they include line printers and character printers. Line printers, they print one line at a time, or the character printers, they print one character at a time. Now, examples of character printers include daisy wheel printers, dot matrix printers. These are printers which were used mostly in the yesteryear, especially the dot matrix printer. Let's look at non-impact printers. Non-impact printers are some of the printers of choice in today's world. We are talking of printers like the inkjet printers and laser printers. Now, the laser printer is one of the most common printers that uses an ink drum, and the drum then transfers ink to the paper, and finally, heating process fuses the ink onto the paper. So that's how the impact printer, the laser printer gets to print. We move on to the characteristics of a computer. Now, every computer must conform to these 5 characteristics. So a computer must deal with the speed. It must have a characteristics of speed. That is, it processes data very fast. The computer must be accurate. That is to say, the computer must have a higher degree of accuracy in terms of giving a result, for example, division by 2 numbers and up to 10 decimal places. Then you must get that kind of accuracy. Then the computer is also diligent. That is to say, it can perform a long and complex calculation with the same speed and accuracy. Then it has a large storage capacity. That's another characteristic in terms of storage of data. Then there's the versatility, which is to say, at any moment you can use the computer to prepare a letter, a document. In the next moment you may play music. That is, the computer is versatile. So those are the 5 key characteristics of any computer in the various forms of computers, be it a desktop, a laptop, a tab, a smartphone. It has those 5 characteristics.